Hi, in this tutorial I'm going to go over the basic layout of the program and also the settings tab. So over here is all these boxes are the information that you're going to enter in that's going to go in to the creation of the labels, and the bottom part is going to be how many labels you want to print out, and then you got your print button. Here you have this small box is going to be your case label preview, and the big one is going to be your pallet tag preview. Here you just have your pallet tag data, and I'll show you how all this works in a minute. Now, as far as all this information here, let's just go to the settings tab. Go ahead and click on settings. This top box is all the information that you entered when you registered the product, or when you registered this program. You can't change any of it. This is your company information and your database. This packing indicator is just a 3-digit number that's going to indicate your company, and it will be part of the label, so it's for traceability reasons. Not a number you have to worry about, or you can't change it. It's just incorporated into the serial number of the pallet, and also the serial number, which is incremented by 1 every time you print labels. So this stuff you don't have to worry about. Down here, the local settings, if you already have label printers installed, you can select your case label printer and your pallet tag printer. If you have 2 printers, you can have, select a printer for each one, or they can both be on the same printer. You just have to change the labels out because they're different dimensions. So I'm going to go ahead and select which printer I'm going to use for pallet tags and case labels. Now here, if you have a scanner installed that is capable or set up to scan linear barcodes, you can check use scanner, and then if you have one installed, you'll have some options down here. It might be COM1, COM4, COM10, whatever communications port your scanner is installed on, you'll have to select that from there. We're not going to use scanner right now. You can also check this box to add a Julian date suffix to your lot code. It just helps to know what date your product was packed on. Some people like to do that. You can add a pack 4 prefix to the customer name or the company name, and that's for if you're packing for another company and you just want to say pack 4, so you know that it was packed for somebody else. The use printer settings, you don't have to check that if you are using a direct thermal printer, but if you're using a thermal transfer printer that uses a ribbon, you're going to want to check this use printer settings tab. Otherwise, the templates, the way I have them set up, they don't work with the thermal transfer printers for some reason. So you just use your own printer settings. But if you have a direct thermal, I would leave that unchecked. Here you can require an order number before printing any labels. Completely up to you if you want to do that or not. And add print runs to product inventory, I will get to that in another video. I will also get to the storage unit section and lot code in another video. Here you have the pallet tags per pallet. PTI compliancy recommends that you have 2 pallet tags per pallet, 1 on each side. So if you set that to 2, it'll print out 2 pallet tags for each pallet. You can get away with 1. I know people have, but I would recommend 2. And now here is where you're going to select your case printer brand. Don't worry if you don't see your exact model number under here. As long as you have a zebra, select one of these 2 zebras. If you have a Godex, just select the Godex. The important thing that we get right is the DPI, which is the dots per inch, the resolution of your printer. It's either going to be 203, 300, or 600. And this is important because if you don't select the right one for the type of printer you have, your labels are either going to be printed too small or too big. So this is the one you want to get right. And then you can select a default template. Right now the three templates we have installed are Kroger, Walmart, and Weight. And I will show you how each one of those work. So now that you have your settings set up, go ahead and save this. Click OK. Now we can exit out. And you also have a print speed here. If you're using the Walmart template or the Weight template, this print speed can go anywhere from 1 to 10. 1 is pretty slow, 10 is probably too fast. Your print quality might not be so good. I tend to find that somewhere around 7 or 8 is the best. If you are using a Godex printer, they don't have adjustable print speeds, so this is always going to be 4. The print speed is going to be set at 4. So unfortunately, if you have a Godex, you can't speed up the printing. But other than that, that's the basic layouts. If you want to see how the rest of the features work, keep watching my videos, please.